Right, taggers, it's Mad and welcome back. Right, so yesterday's video I mentioned because of the economy of the game, people can get away in certain tanks. You kind of expect them to be firing premium because the best gun to use on that tank kind of has the lowest penetration. Well, so what sort of tanks am I talking about? Well, T-54. The better gun on the T-54 only has like 200mm of penetration at tier 9. And then there's the 100. The better gun, because of the DPM, is 150mm. You get about, I think it's 300 or 400 extra DPM if you use the big gun. But you kind of have bottom in class AP penetration compared to a lot of the other tier 10 vehicles. So, a lot of people fire heat, and because of the economy of Xbox World of Tanks and PS4 probably exactly the same, even if you do, as long as you connect a few of your shots, you're going to make some money. So today, I'm just going to do a little test. I'm going to drive the E100 and fire nothing but AP, and see if I can have a respectable game. Right, so I've already put one shot into a Type 61. Not really a drama that, is it? Type 61 armour versus 150mm shell. So yeah, took half of his health. Just taking half of the tortoise's health as well, so that's 2 tier 9 tanks damaged. And you will notice during this game as well, I fight mostly tier 9 tanks. But the reason I chose this replay, even though I did have some better games in terms of damage firing just AP, there are a few shots in this game, although this one here is just my fault, I fired way too late. There are 1 or 2 shots in this game. I would have been better off using heat, and I would have penned the shots, whereas using AP, it's just that little bit harder. Anyway, right, so who's next? There is an E75 up here. Where is he? There he is. Right, so I angle my turret a little bit quickly and we get away with just a track shot. He's side on, or beam on, if you're in the Navy, yeah. So I'm just auto aim that one and it goes straight through his sidearm. Right, you might think what he's doing is a little bit stupid. Well, that is. But if I was in an E75 and I could guarantee that the E100, there we go, see, lower plate shot on an E75, because I was quite close. I was aiming down on his lower plate, and the E100 just doesn't have the pen with its standard rounds. In that sort of situation, you can pen an E75's lower plate with AP, but when you're much further away and it reduces the angle. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, if I was in an E75 and I could guarantee the E100 I was going to go up against was only firing AP, I'd happily do it. But if they're going to fire heat, I'd expect to lose 90% of the time. If they fired AP all the time, I'd expect to be roughly 50-50, to be honest, depending on who's driving the E100. Yeah. Right, another shot. Kind of my fault this one. I aim in, but he drives forward and I didn't compensate, and that hit his upper plate. But with heat there, upper plate wouldn't have cared. It would have gone straight through. Anyway, so he comes in for the face hug. Not too bad of idea for him, because you can see I don't have, there we go, bounce off his front plate. I thought I had hit this side of his pike nose, and I thought that might have penned. Not with AP. Anyway. Right, so just get away with another tracking shot, and he goes to get round me. Good idea from him. Right, so do the E100 dance, get one in. I'm taking shots from an Object 430 has appeared as well. Right, so I angle my turret to the 430, there we go, we bounce him, and I back up to get out of his shots. Jam WZ against the hill. Don't let him get round me anymore. He does do some damage, but there we go. Nice, easy shot into his hatch because he was jammed up. 430's come down. Do take some more damage, but hopefully that'll be it. So I angle my turret, just trying to back up and do the E100 dance again. I jam him so he can't go round me. He makes a mistake, and I put him out of his misery. So there we go. E100 using AP rounds. You can do it, it's just a lot harder. And a couple of shots there. Yeah, we capped out obviously because there's only one enemy left. Yeah, a few of those shots there. The lower plate of the E75, the upper plate of the WZ with heat would have gone straight through. And maybe I probably wouldn't have done any more damage in this game, but I would have just done it a little bit quicker. Anyway, so 100,000 credits for only 5,000 damage. in a tier 10 heavy tank. Mastery 1. Got my second barrel mark now. I didn't have it at this point. Steel wall and a sniper using AP rounds. Happy days. Right, there we go, fellas. Give me your thoughts on certain tanks that fire heat, like the E100 and the T54, stuff like that. What are your opinions on it? I do it myself sometimes because sometimes you have to, and sometimes I do it just because I can. Right, there we go, fellas. Give it a like if you did, sub if you're not, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.